Hi, here's Katherine Bihlmeier for you today, bringing you the contribution for your day, for more inner peace, for more connection with your true source. And the idea of today is it can be but myself I crucify. And it's the 196. It can be but myself I crucify. I have so much crucified myself, and still I acknowledge that in other ways, different than before, I still do it. I still allow my ego mind to do it, and I get faster to see it, and I can faster choose different, coming back home to my heart, home into love, home into my base in God, where I'm protected, where I'm safe, where I'm loved, and where I'm guided. Great. It can be but myself I crucify. When this is firmly understood and kept in full awareness, you will not attempt to harm yourself, nor make your body slave to vengeance. You will not attack yourself, and you will realize that to attack another is but to attack yourself. You will be free of the insane belief that to attack a brother saves yourself, and you will understand his safety in your own, and in his healing you are healed. Perhaps at first you will not understand how mercy limitless and with all things held in its sure protection can be found in the idea we practice for today. It may, in fact, appear to be a sign that punishment can never be escaped because the ego, under what it sees as threat, is quick to cite the truth to save its life. Sorry. Yet must it fail to understand the truth its uses does. But you can learn to see the foolish applications and deny the meaning they appear to have. Thus do you also teach your mind, and that you are not an ego, for the ways in which the ego would distort the truth will not deceive you longer. You will not believe you are a body to be crucified, and you will see within today's idea the light of resurrections, looking past all thoughts of crucifixion and of death to thoughts of liberation and of life. That's a good one. That's a real good one. I love it. I already feel so much more empowered and more alive and more. That's my experience just already here. And we're just halfway. Today's idea is one step we take in leading us from bondage to the state of perfect freedom. Let us take this step today, that we may quickly go the way salvation shows us, taking every step in its appointed sequences, as the mind relinquishes its burdens one by one. It is not time we need for this, it is but willingness. For what would seem to need 1,000 years can easily be done in just one instant by the grace of God. The dreary, hopeless thought that you can make attacks on others and escape yourself has nailed you to the cross. Perhaps it seemed to be salvation, yet it merely stood for the belief the fear of God is real. And what is that but hell? Who could believe his father in his deadly enemy, separate from him and waiting to destroy his life, and blot him from the universe without the fear of hell upon his heart? Such is the form of madness you believe. If you accept the fearful thought, you can attack another and be free yourself. Until this form is changed, there is no hope. Until you see that this, at least, must be entirely impossible, how could there be escape? The fear of God is real to anyone who thinks his thought is true, and he will not perceive its foolishness or even see that it is there, so that it would be possible to question it. To question it at all, its form must first be changed at least as much as will permit fear of retaliation to abate, and the responsibility returned to some extent to you. From there you can at least consider if you want to go along this painful path. Until this shift has been accomplished, you cannot perceive that it is but your thoughts that bring you fear, and your deliverance depends on you. Our next steps will be easy if you take this one today. From there we go ahead quite rapidly. For once you understand it is impossible that you be hurt except by your own thoughts. The fear of God must disappear. You cannot then believe that fear is caused without, and God, whom you had thought to banish, can be welcomed back within the holy mind he never left. Salvation song can certainly be heard in the idea we practice for today. If it can but be you crucify, you did not hurt the world and need not fear its vengeance and pursuit, nor need you hide in terror from the deadly fear of God projections hides behind. The thing you dread the most is your salvation. You are strong, and it is strength you want, and you are free and glad of freedom. You have sought to be both weak and bound, because you feared your strength and freedom, yet salvation lies in them. There is an instant in which terror seems to grip your mind so wholly that escape appears quite hopeless. When you realize once and for all that it is your fear, the mind perceives itself as split, and this had been concealed while you believed attack could be directed outward and return from outside to within. It seemed to be an enemy outside you had to fear, and thus a good outside yourself became your mortal enemy, the source of fear. Now, for an instant, is a murdered perceived within you, eager for your death, intent on plotting punishment for you until the time when it can kill at last? Yet in this instant is the time as well in which salvation comes. For fear of God has disappeared, and you can call on Him to save you from illusions by His love, calling Him Father and yourself His Son. Pray that the instant may be soon, today. Step back from fear and make advance to love. It's a good invitation. It's a really strong invitation that already let me, and I hope for you too, experience already the change. There is no thought of God that does not go with you to help you reach that instant and to go beyond it quickly, surely and forever. When the fear of God is gone, there are no obstacles that still remain between you and the holy peace of God. How kind and merciful is the idea we practice today. Give it welcome as you should, for it is your release. It is indeed, but your mind can try to crucify, yet your redemption too will come from you. It's just your choice. What are you choosing in every instant, in every moment? The whole 24 hours, we have choices, always choice. We have always the possibility to choose God, the freedom, the salvation, the mercy, the redemption. It's all up to you. You have it in your hand. Just give it up to God and He will take care of. Trust in God and trust in His love. He is going to take care of you. Thank you very much for your subscribing, for your following, for your listening, and for sharing your experience while listening to that. It's always good if you can share it, so it also brings new people in and they read you, and then they maybe read your experience with that and get more curious and have a possibility to also get into this redemption, salvation, free, and back to God, your source. So thank you very much for your help, for your contribution also in the world, and lots of love and big hugs to you. And that was it for now.